Ugandans have got to get a little bit more hungry. Ugandans have got to realize and open up their eyes to see whatever is going on in that lovely country called Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, they say. But yet again, we are seeing that nation being mismanaged, mishandled every time, day in, day out. Ladies and gents, you've got to listen to this. There was a time when people had, they gave their all. The people who fought, they worked so hard, they worked their fingers to the bone just to give that kind of look to Uganda. The people who build embassies, they build nations, they build houses, they build stuff for Uganda, but yet we are not watching the leadership, the current leadership under the watch of President Yoweri Museveni being and doing the right thing. Ladies and gents, Ugandans have been tried not once, not twice, but a time without numbers. When we are seeing the sense of motion coming at play in parliament, but yet again, they are technically, making sure that that motion doesn't come to the floor of parliament. And I think for sure that you guys can take it wherever you want to take it. But I think the MPs, not the MPs necessarily, but let us talk about the people like the Speaker of Parliament or the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, who is the presiding officer of Parliament. Day in, day out, the sense of motion that has been tried so time without numbers by Honorable Sechikubu, it is not taking shape. And they are keeping to bring that stuff. Honorable, thank you so much, Honorable Alioni. Thank you so much, Honorable Odu. You guys are trying. If that country is going down to the drain, is going down to the docks, just know you guys tried your best. But it's us Ugandans who have not been looking up to you guys. We have not been giving you enough support to make sure that that country comes back into the hands of the people. Because you guys have tried. Sense of motion for the commissioners has been technically, pushed out time without numbers. And we have been tried on several occasions. Listen, the first son actually brought it out on Twitter that, you know what? This country can never be run by, civilians. It is only going to be the army or the police who are going to run this country. And that cannot annoy Ugandans enough to say, look, we are the ones in charge of that country. And here we are, helpless as we are. We look by the day as the country goes down to the drains, down to the dogs. We watch. It's Ugandans. We're talking about Ugandans. We can never get annoyed. We can never be upset about our country going down to the trenches. Going down to the trenches, we are not annoyed. And yet the country is so lovely, yet the country is so rich. I hear you, all of you Ugandans who are educated with masters and PhDs, with degrees in your numbers, as you're yearning for that lovely country that you all desire for, but yet you have been technically hampered not to see it come to reality. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me, Ugandans, you've got to be more hopeful. I know that you guys have lost the hope, but there should be faith at the end of the day. There should be that one hope that looks at, all of you can still rise up in encouragement to know that tomorrow is going to get better. Tomorrow is going to get better. And surely Ugandans are going to come to the top, and surely that country is going to work for all of us. A great thank you to the Gen Zs of Kenya. They've shown us that they can. Indeed, they can try by themselves. But we Ugandans have never had that hope and faith to see things to come to reality, because we have been cocooned. We have been put into corners where we think that it is not in our power to determine who leads us by the day. Because if you try to go to protest, you will definitely meet the guns and the bullets. It doesn't matter whoever you are, but you will be surprised. And let me tell you, those who haven't smelled the coffee, surely when the ground moves off your feet, you will realize that that country belongs to the people of Uganda. Because if you are deluded, it doesn't matter how many tanks, it doesn't matter how many men or the fences that you put them electrified, it doesn't matter the height. But when the people rise up, when the masses rise up, you will be surprised that that country belongs to Ugandans. And I hear you, young people who are yet born, and today you are still young in that lovely country called Uganda, and you're yearning, you're desiring to achieve more in education, in various fields, and you're looking forward to seeing a better country as young as you are, but you were born in hospitals that now are not built by the 40 years reign of President Yoweri Museveni, but yet again, you are supposed to come to the world that you are not sure about. And in any case, nobody is still annoyed at this, but remember that the children that you guys are giving birth to, one day they need to breathe, one day they need to, have that hope, to have that faith, to move things in their favor, to see them coming to better world than what we have found today. And listen, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see many Ugandans rising up to the fact that we together can be stronger, we together can be better, we together can fight for that which we want. And I see that Uganda where lights, I see where railway will be moving from the east to the west. I'll see that train that runs through Mbarara straight up to, Moroto through Kidkum. I see that train that is moving from Tororo down to Kisoro. I see that train that is moving from Kasese to West Nile in Pakwach. I see that light at the end of the tunnel. Doesn't matter how many years it's going to take, but I see that plane that is getting out of Uganda, and it is owned by Uganda, and it's flying within our territories and is going beyond, and it is that which I am seeing. I see roads, railways, I see a lot of connection that is all geared towards seeing that better Uganda, that many men and women are going to be desiring to come to that lovely country called Uganda, because we have desired to do the right thing, to see that Uganda work for all of us. I see that. I see many of your men and women in the engineering, department all going to work to see to it that we are increasing the numbers of our cars and houses built by Ugandans, and let it be that railway being built by Ugandans, because your engineers are in their numbers. Ladies and gents, I see most of you who are going to that great hospitals that has all the services, other than going to Nairobi in Kenyatta Hospital, but you are alive and well to, if not Mulago of this world, then you will be surely in Kidgum Government Hospital, and if not there, you'll be in Gulurifara Hospital, because we have all desired to see that hospital work for all of us. I see that. I see that Uganda where all the legislators, the judges are all doing things in favor of the person who is supposed to get justice, not that person who has money. I see that. I see the MPs in their numbers rising up to the fact that we together can do things, and together it should work for Ugandans, not only me, because I hear you, Uganda, your motto is very clear, that for God and my country, but yet today, I'm not sure if they are living to that motto. Because I must tell you that there are people who think that that country belongs to them and only their family. And I see that Ugandans, sooner or later, they are going to realize, and they are going to rise up to the fact that they have got to do something about that lovely country, a country where we will be proud to move out with our heads high, not to think about a minister, not to think about somebody in the government, not to think about a speaker who has been, put into corruption scandals. And I think that there is a lot of people who are involved in this corruption in parliament. That's why the censure motion has never been put on the other people. Ladies and gents, we all have something to do to see a better Uganda for God and my country. Uganda, I see your young children rising up in greatness. I see that, because we have all desired to do the right thing. May God help us.